Okay, so I don't really know what to say here. Kind of just bored, nothing to do today, so I thought I'd make a little YouTube video, kind of talk about Montreal and just how cool it was. I'm still waiting on some of the professional pictures. I guess there was so the lady that took me down to the Canadiens bench, her name was Genevieve, I think, and she had one of the team's photographers and videographers actually taking pictures of me. So I'm hoping to get those soon, but for now I have what my dad took, all those pictures and those videos and stuff, and I have a little video made, but I'm just waiting, hoping to get those. But I'll give it another day or two, and if I don't get them, then I'll just upload the video. But just tell the story right from the start. So me and Dad, lately, we've been pretty bored, I guess. Or, I mean, me anyway. Dad, he keeps busy. But, yeah, so I had to get this surgery for my kidneys, like I mentioned in my TikTok. And, it sucks. I'm not gonna put it any differently. It's a big hassle, everything. It's like a constant reminder of what's shitty in my life right now, the cancer, and it just reminds me of it a lot, and it's sore a lot, and I can't change it, so I try to just push forward, not think about it too much, work around it the best I can. So it had me feeling pretty down, and it really, really limited what I could do. So my dad and I, we were just thinking, and we decided, just for something to do, let's go to Montreal for the night. Let's go see a Canadiens game. I've been a big fan of the Canadiens ever since basically since I knew what hockey was, yeah, I'll show you here. My room's kind of messy, but I got 2 jerseys there, 2, just to flex a little bit. This one's signed by the whole team. This one's also signed by a good amount of the team from the year that they had the championship run there. And then this one's from Suzuki to me. And yeah, that was pretty freaking awesome of him to do that. And yeah. Anyway, so let's see if I can. So I've been a pretty big Habs fan, most of my life. And so yeah, Dad and I decided to go up for something to do, and it hit the spot. It kind of snapped me out of that little depressed, I guess, era. It helped. And anyway, so we get up. It was 6 or 7 in the morning. We get up. Earliest I'd get up in a little bit. We drove to the airport, get on the flight. I remember thinking to myself, just take it all in, enjoy this. And I felt like I was just happy, being on the flight. And I get through the flight, no problem. I get to the airport. I was pretty good, right through till we get to the hotel. Usually I have to go to the bathroom, and I get these spasms in my bladder, and I didn't get any hardly until we get to I think the first one was that night when we get to the hotel. It was just abnormal for me to not have one, and I didn't get hardly any. And yeah, so we Ubered to the hotel. We hung out for a little bit. We went to this spot called Madison's. It was a restaurant right by the Bell Center. And I remember I read a review beforehand about what to get there. I was just reading reviews on restaurants around because me and Dad were trying to figure out something to eat, and I remember one guy mentioned how good the ribs were, so I decided to get the ribs, and they were really good, and I was able to sit there and enjoy my the meal and not think about using the bathroom or not think about everything else. I just sat there. I was like, these are good ribs. And I know it doesn't seem like much, but for me, it was nice. And yeah. So that whole time, we knew that there was a lady from the Canadiens that Jake Allen had talked to, and he was hoping to set something up for me. And so she was going to call us around 4 o'clock. So we went out to eat. I think it was, like 1 or 2. And after we ate, got done like 2 o'clock or so, we went to the Eaton Center, and we tried to, I remember we must have went to 10 stores trying to find my dad he wanted a collared, like, kind of golf shirt style shirt to wear to the game. Like something not fancy, but something like kind of nice. And we went to so many stores, and we couldn't find a single fucking collared shirt, like short sleeve collared shirt. I know it's just, but like it's not something crazy, but it's just we were in downtown Montreal, we just couldn't find one. It was just weird. Yeah, and especially, I know you guys don't know my dad, but you're not a big shopper. Where stay away from the fucking shopping. So it was just funny, me and him walking around the mall looking for a shirt. And then, so yeah, after that we went back, showered at the hotel. And while I was in the shower, he got the call from the Canadiens lady. And so she told him the whole plan, and he wouldn't tell me the plan. Like, he just told me, yeah, you might get to meet some of them, or you might get to go to the dressing room after the game. And I was obviously I was pumped with that. So we get there, and so we got to our seats, and she was meeting us like before the game. We got there at 6 or so, and we got a bite to eat at the restaurant inside the Bell Center. I don't remember what it was called, and to be honest, it wasn't very good. They gave us this, like, it was like 20 or 25 bucks for this, like, I don't remember what it was called, but this platter of food. And I remember it was like, one of the things on it was like a mini piece of a hot dog, like that big, wrapped in like breading, and like a chicken, and then it came with 4 chicken wings. But the chicken wings were like smallest chicken wings you've ever seen. Like normally it's like it was just like half the size what a chicken wing would be. And I remember I said to my dad, like, the best part about the whole platter was the carrots and the celery on there. And yeah, me and him had a beer and hung out there for a bit, and then we went up to the game, and we met the lady at our seats, and so she took us down, and on the way down she told me, like, so the first thing we did, we went to the Montreal Canadiens alumni room, and it was, I'll find the picture. It was Serge Savard and Réjean Houle. They were both pretty big with the Canadiens. I know Serge is in the Hall of Fame, so it was pretty cool meeting them. So we're just hanging out in there talking to Serge and Réjean, and then she kind of surprised me with it, like, so yeah, the Canadiens, they're about to go out for warm-up. Once they're out on the ice, I'm going to take you down and we're going to hang out on the bench. And I'm like, what? I'm like, okay. I was just stunned, And I was just like, wow. I was so surprised. And so she took us, like, the whole time, I think I got videos of it. Like, I was recording everything. I was just like, there's no way. And I go down and walk out, like, the same tunnel that they walk out, and I'm like, and then like, all the Canadians are like warming up, like on the ice, 30, 40 feet away. I'm like, wow. And so I go up and I sit down. They told me to sit on like the edge of the bench, and I just sit there, and like, I can't remember who the first guy was, but someone came over like, hey man, how do you like the seats? And they're like, you must be Jake's buddy. And I'm like, yeah, that's me. I'm not complaining about the seats, they're pretty cool. And, we had a little laugh. And yeah, it was awesome to see all the Canadians come over. Or I don't know if every single player actually came over, but like quite a few of them came over and gave me a fist bump. How you doing, buddy? Jake came over 2 or 3 times. Me and him talked. I got to meet Brendan Gallagher, talked to him a little bit. He was one of my favorite players growing up. And like Cole Caulfield, got a little fist bump from him. Nick Suzuki, got to talk to him for a little bit. It was just, overall, it was just a cool experience. And so yeah, I was on the bench for like the entire warm up, and yeah. So yeah, after that, we get done, and I was just like, my dad got a whole bunch of videos and pictures and stuff. And oh, another person too, like that was really cool. Martin St. Louis, he was on the bench, and I remember I looked back, I was like, holy shit, that's Martin St. Louis, like, wow. And like me and him had eye contact, and he talked to me for like, I don't even remember what we talked about. Like I kind of blacked out, but I think I asked him how he was liking coaching the Canadiens, and I honestly don't remember what we talked about. It was, I kind of, but I talked to Martin St. Louis, so that was pretty cool. Yeah, and so after that, she walked us back over to the, I hope that this is a good angle, but, so after that, she walked us back up to our seats, through the special elevators and through like all the secret little passages and stuff, and so yeah, Dad and I watched the rest of the game, and it was, usually I have a hard time sitting down for a long time, and especially in like seats like at a hockey rink, and it had been a long day, so like I had to periodically get up, but overall it was good. And the game, honestly, for the Canadiens, they got beat 7-2, so it wasn't their best game, and I remember thinking to myself, like, jokingly, like, oh, maybe it's my fault, like I'm a bad luck charm or something, but yeah, anyway, I know it's not true, but it was just funny, I thought. And yeah, so all 3 periods go by, and like I think like a minute left, she came in and got us again, and we went down to where they go into the dressing room, and the media, they get to go in first. Apparently, like, they have some sort of contract where the media is like allowed in directly after the game. Or they're allowed in before anyone else or something like that. And so we waited for the media, and I think it couldn't have been 15 minutes that we were waiting, and within 15 minutes, all the guys were undressed, had their gear on the bus, and they were like almost all gone. It was like ridiculous how fast they get undressed, and like because they had to go on the road, and I think they had a game like the next night, so like they just got undressed, got food, and were gone. It's like compared to like normally playing hockey, like me for example, like we take like 20 minutes or so to get undressed after the game. Like you take your time, leave your skates on for a little bit, talk to the boys. Like they weren't fucking around. Like they get undressed right away. But just standing there, like I seen players walking by, like Arbor, Jack Eye, aka Wi-Fi, and I will tell you that motherfucker has huge hands. Like I shook his hand, and like those things aren't like he should be a basketball player. Like his hands, he could fucking palm a basketball like it was nothing. And yeah, I know it's a weird thing to remember, but yeah, him, our Paul Byron came by too. Me and him talked for a little bit, and I'm a pretty big fan of his. I watched him a lot back when, I'm pretty sure he was on the team in like 2015, or like the 2014-15 season when they had that cup run, and I watched a lot of that season. So that was cool to watch. Cool to meet him. And then yeah, so I got to, after everyone was cleared out, I got to go in the actual dressing room, like walk around and like take some pictures and some videos. And I got my picture taken at Jake Allen's spot, and it was pretty cool to just be in the Canadiens dressing room. And yeah, so after that we went back out to the little like kind of I wouldn't say lobby, but just like a little area outside the dressing room. And Jake Allen, he came over again. We talked to him for a bit, and I gave him a bag of deer jerky for the boys on the plane over. so they get their protein in. I know they probably have dietitians, and chances they actually ate it are pretty slim, but you know, it's a thought that counts. Yeah, so after that, she gave us this big bag of swag. I think I have a video of me like showing it all that I'll put in here. And yeah, after that, we went back to the hotel, and I was asleep within like a half hour because of it was just it was a crazy day, and it was a lot more than I've been used to lately. So yeah, it was just an awesome day. Like best sleep I had in a while, and I was just overall it was a great experience. And then so yeah, the next day we woke up, we got breakfast, and took our plane home, and I just immediately started editing and putting the video together because I was excited to show you guys. So yeah, I hope that I actually upload this and do something with it. So yeah, I'll see you guys